Bettina Ortiz Y. Mena was not accustomed to waiting. A former Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe runner-up, of course, extinctly brown Strawberry Blonde was those days the wife of Miami Auto Parts tycoon Herman Ortiz Y. Mena, and at every restaurant she chose to grace with her presence, she was always greeted with reverence and whisked to the exact table she desired. Today, she wanted the corner table on the terrace at Sip Sip, her favorite lunch spot on Harbor Island. She wanted to sit on one of the comfy orange canvas director's chair and stare out at the gently lapping turquoise waiters while eating her kale Caesar salad. But there was a large noisy group taking up the entire terrace, and they didn't seem in much hurry to leave.
Tina fumed as she glared at the tourists happily savoring lunch in the sun. Look how tacky they were. The women overly tanned, wrinkled, and saggy. None of them properly lifted or bottles. She felt like walking up to their table and handing out her dermatologist business cards. And the men were even worse, all dressed in all rumpled shirts and shorts, wearing those cheap straw hats sold at the trinket shop on Dunmore Street. Why did such people have to come here?
The 3.5-mile long paradise with its priced-in pink sand beaches was one of the best-kept secrets in the Caribbean, a haven for the very rich filled with quaint little wood houses painted in shades of sherbet, charming boutiques, chic oceanfront mansions turned into inns, and five-star restaurants to rival street bars. Tourists should have to take a style exam before being allowed to set foot on the island. Feeling that she had been patient long enough, Bettina stormed into the kitchen, the fringe on her crocheted pussy kaftan top shaking furiously as she made a beeline for the woman with the shock of prissy-cut blonde hair manning the main chute.
Julie, honey, what's the deal? I've waited more than 15 minutes for my table. Bettina sides to the owner of the restaurant. Sorry, Bettina, it's been one of those days. The party of 12 on the terrace showed up first just before you did, Julie replied, as she handed a bowl of the spicy conch chili to waiting server. But the terrace is your prime spot. Why on earth did you let those tourists take up all the space?
Well, the tourist in the red fishing cap is the Duke of Glencora. His party just boated over from Vendamini. That's his Royal High Montesi that moored off the coast. Isn't it the most handsome sailboat you've ever seen?
I'm not impressed by big boats beating us up in ultra security. She was rather impressed by people with the big title from the kitchen window. She was served with the party assembled on the terrace with new eyes. These British type wear such a strange breed. Sure, they had their Savile Row suit, their heirloom tiaras, but when they travel, they look so painfully puffy.
It was only then that Bettina noticed three tan, well-built men in fitted white t-shirt and black camel pants sitting at the adjacent table. The guy weren't eating but sat watchfully, sipping glasses of seltzer water. I assume that's the Duke security detail. They could be more obvious. Don't they know that we're all billionaires here on Brilland? And this isn't the we roll? Bettina chewed.
Those bodyguards belong to the Duke's special guests. They did a full sweep of restaurant before the party arrived. They even searched my walk-in freezer. See that Chinese fellow seated at the end of the table? Bettina squinted through her direct stay sunglasses at the portly, balding, 70-something Asian man dressed in nondescript white shoes, flip-flop, shirt and gray trousers. Oh, I didn't even notice him. I am supposed to know who he is. That's
Wyman around in Falcon Crest. Judy was trying to focus on siring a cut of tuna to perfection, shook her head and smiled. From what I hear, that chopper is the most powerful man in Asia. What's his name again?